Welcome. Welcome all the new babies of today. The child after 5 or 6 years old, living with your mom and dad, they call them now intellectuals. These little kids, they go to homeschooling and they come back to visit mom and dad and to help the politicians. Can you imagine a little kid helping a politician not to be polititis? To help them that they are doing wrong, and they tell them, listen to me, little man, I'm here to tell you that all intelligent people were simply not interested in politics or power. Their whole interest was to decide what is true, what is the meaning of life, what are we here for. And the little kids, they are here for just only to remind you that your inner child is the power that makes peace. So the homeschooling is a must. And the mom and dad of these kids, they are also listening to such child. And all the family will be like a disciple to such kids. Jesus spoke when he was a baby. Edgar Casey, 8 years old. You know what he did? Just Edgar Casey. So such children are on this planet. But we are not aware of this. Once when we are aware of ourselves, the little bit of awareness and alertness, then we start reading, and from the reading comes this illuminata. And then we look at the kids, we know what to do. If this is possible, then we will have for the first time something that is really human, giving dignity to humanity, integrity to individuals. For the first time, you will have some real democracy in the world. What exists now as democracy is not democracy, it is mobocracy. In Arabic, ديمومة الكراسي هيدي الديمقراطية. ما بدك راس تكون رئيس. You don't need a head to be a headmaster. So it's time to wake up. It's time to see the water is still flowing after 25 centuries. How can you use all the water? It's a big river, thousands of miles long. It brings the water from the eternal snows of the Himalayas and takes it to the Bay Bengal, to the river. How can you exhaust it? The water is watering, the river is rivering. But we don't listen, we don't see, we don't imbibe, we don't do this. We are so much into killing and war and sex and all this stupidity. We are so dead that we don't know how to bury each other. So it's time, if you want to wake up. How can you choose a president by election? How can you choose a governor by election? It's more and more by erection. You are giving so much power to power. Hungry people, with your own hands, you are telling them to hang you. This is not democracy. In the name of democracy, these people have been exploiting the masses. Don't run after politicians. After all these institutions, priests and politicians are victims of ignorance. We are all victims of victims. It's time to be a victor. Wake up. It's time to listen to a child. Who is teaching the baby how to cry, how to pee, how to suck mama's milk? No mother anymore, no breast, big boobs. No family. No man and woman. Robotologists. The machines are much better. This is why we all love the computer. We are becoming machines with machines. So once in a while, just relax and look at yourself. Am I a machine? I'm a computer. What I'm here for? Where do I go when I leave the body? What's going to happen tomorrow for me? Just live in the moment. This now will give you the new news. This now will tell you there is no death, Mariam. Don't be scared. Don't be face the fear. And the fear will take you very near, not very far. Will take you in. Sometimes when you feel an accident, you go here to the horror. Okay, I'm alive. Thank you. Be grateful. Born again. Born again, not Christian. Born again, a Christ consciousness. Born again, a human becoming. So without a book, without a friend, so-called, soulmate, not easy. Not easy. Beloved Osho, how can the idea of meritocracy be practically released? We have to drop the idea that every man, just because he is 21, is capable of choosing who is the right person to decide to fate of nation. No. Nobody now is aware, even the 21 or 91. We are all the age of the body, but there is no sage in this body. Unless we become a child-like, we don't live in the kingdom of God. So back to this innocence that I don't know. That's it. The more you know, the more you don't know. Okay, where is this nour? Go in. Meditation is the only key. But not like, sit and do positions and this. You are not a statue. You are a Buddha. Buddha is not a statue. Christ is not a statue. It's a living state of consciousness. But to choose the government, to choose people who are going to have all the powers over you and everybody, and who are going to decide the destiny of the country and the world, the way we have been choosing them, is simply idiotics. This is why, since Christ and Buddha until now, we are killing each other in the name of Christ, in the name of jihad, in the name of Muhammad, in the name of Islam. And no one told us to do this. No killing, no war. Peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum. Not as-silah. Not killing. But we are victims. Let's look at these children. Let's go and find out kids that they are really with a message. The way they eat, the way they are alone, the way they look at each other. Go and read about this homeschooling. Many kids now, they take drugs and they smoke and alcohols, and they wear like what the mama wears, what the mama tells them, because I have no, childhood and no adulthood or whatever. So I'm in my 70s and 80s and I want to be like this, go to plastic surgery. And are you a plastic? I don't belong to people or to numbers or to the crowd or to society gossiping. You don't belong to anybody. I don't belong to you. We don't belong to me. So it's time to wake up. It's time to be in the stillness, in the silence. This is what I'm looking for. A small group here that we are all into each other's stillness and silence and existence. And we support each other, not depend, but interdepend. At-tawasul wa takamul. Nobody is perfect. There is no perfection. Perfection is dead. And death. We support each other. We don't need each other. We don't use each other. We have the same vision. The vision is to live all the seasons in one. To be who we are. To plant peace. To be alive, not like the machine. Now the machines, they work much more than us. In a push button like this, the cook starts cooking and the door starts opening up. You don't need anybody anymore. Anybody. But we need a being. This is what I need, a being. We are few, are not 10 in the whole Lebanon, 5 million. But at least, when Mansour comes, or Emil, or Michelle, or Badwa, it's like Nasreen, Hussein. Okay, we speak with each other. Nobody moves. When you go to Osho, nobody is moving. You don't smell any perfume. It's like nobody is in the door or whatever. We are thousands of people wearing white, all of us, and stillness. And we listen. We listen to the silence of each other. We listen to the Master. Nobody shakes anything. And it's not easy to be with someone who is not dancing with me, who is not just a machine. So I'm now with a machine, not with any human being, looking at the camera and talking with you. That's all. But I need a human becoming a being. I'm looking for this. My energy flows much more. And this my is mine, me is we. So the music is playing and I'm talking or flowing. Am I alone? Nobody here. This is what makes us more into peace. And I cannot change the other. The other is here just to be with work, with the camera. That's all. But I need a soul that really has a goal of this. I'm still holding my lamp and looking for such a being. It's not easy. But in the commune, everyone knows how to play with the camera, how to play cleaning, how to be medical doctor, how to be all this. And we do all the works. A doctor, this week you are a doctor, next week you are a cleaner. He goes and cleans, cooks. So we play all the roles on the stage. And when you ask them, what do you do? We don't do. We are a being. They ask me, what do you do to make money? I do what I love and money will follow. Trust existence. I met hundreds of people in Lebanon, mainly here. Nobody that I worked with them could take one word of the inner world. They all what they did for the pocket, not for the profit, for the profit of the pocket. Not anyone. And the real one went back to the States. He said, Mariam, we don't belong to the Arab world. But I never gave up. I said, one day I will meet. And we are few, 5 or 6 people. We meet every Monday. Once a week we meet. We tell jokes, we share bread and water and we eat. And there's nothing to tell each other because we are all in the same river, rivering with the same river. So nothing to say but to be together. And we have the vision of having a commune. And one of us also went to the commune, and he is now today in a commune in Turkey. And money-wise, he's very good. And he said, you don't leave the Arab world. The commune is already growing and glowing in Lebanon. We have big property and the money, and we are building our cottages. Because it's time to have few cottages somewhere where we are without any religion, without any politics, any dogmas, any scriptures, any books, nothing to be in by force, but by choice. We belong to existence. And you are the existence. You are that which is.